White people versus accountability. Now, this video is by Antonio Talks, and with Antonio Talks, a lot of his videos are very black-centric, if that is a word. You know, the title is a little race baity, you know what I'm saying? But he do be coming with some facts, he do be coming with some information, and he just packages it a certain way. But let's get into the video and let's see why white people are fighting accountability.
So recently, a white man, Steven Crowder, went to a black barbershop to discuss black fatigue and basically just portray why black people are the main problem in America. I'm so tired of these people, man. For one, this is what Charlie Kirk went around doing. He preached that black people were bad, you know, always bringing up 1350, which is false, by the way, just for him to turn around and get knocked off by another white man. I'm gonna be honest, I could not sit through and watch that full video because it was pissing me off. For one, the black people in the barbershop clearly didn't know statistics. They didn't know numbers. They didn't really understand intellectually what was going on. So he was just spewing false and negative stats, and they had no logical rebuttal for that. I did come across this one clip. We're gonna watch it and break it down and just put this man to shame.
I'm just telling you the truth.
What they mad?
And they have the guns. They're mad because this thing. Here's what.
That dude looks really familiar. I can't remember. I don't know where I know him from, but I know him from somewhere.
Here's why. They go, look, I'm 12 times more likely to be killed by a black person than you are a white person.
Holy. I know, I'm pretty sure that's crazy wrong numbers. What did he used to do, though? Is he an actor? Sheesh.
That is, if you think that is true, you're a fucking idiot. So I'm on ChatGPT right now, and for one, I know I am very against AI, but I'm gonna have to be a hypocrite right now. ChatGPT is amazing at going through different sources and actually giving you factual and backed up information on statistics. So I said, are white people 12 times more likely to be killed by a black person than a white person killed by a black person? So it says the claim is not accurate and deeply misleading. This statement typically refers to interracial homicide statistics, often citing FBI crime data. However, these numbers are cherry-picked, taken out of context, and ignore population sizes, crime context, and broader societal factors. As you can see, 80 to 90% of white murder victims are killed by white offenders, and 85 to 90% of black murder victims are killed by black offenders. It says most violent crimes, including homicide, happen within racial groups. Interracial violent crime is relatively rare. Crime is driven by more socioeconomic factors like poverty, community, disinvestment, or access to resources. And in simple terms, y'all, crime is proximity based. And then it says this kind of stat is often promoted by white nationalists or extremist sources to stoke fear or promote racial stereotypes. That's exactly what Charlie Kirk did, and that is exactly what Steven Crowder is doing.
Well, that doesn't count. They go.
Yup. Ask ChatGPT. Ask the AI. Ask them boys. Them boys know better than all of us. You know what I'm saying? Until the day that they try to take us over and they try to implant something into your brain from your booty crack, and then now you getting invaded by AI and all you can do is scream in agonizing pain. Type.
Look, my dad's business got burned down.
Yeah,
my city got burned down. I've been accused of being a racist.
All right, first off, all right. Sorry to keep pausing. He said my city got burned down, my business got burned down, whatever, yada yada. He's basically trying to refer back to the George Floyd riot. And if you didn't know, most of those riots were peaceful. Let's do the research. What percentage of George Floyd riots were violent? According to several studies, roughly 5 to 7% of protest events during George Floyd's Black Lives Matter movement involve violence, property damage, or other destructive activity. So you could probably count on one hand the amount of people that actually had damage done by these protests, bro. Like, I swear, man. Now, this is my thing. These white conservatives love to try to point the blame at every other person but them. Oh, it's the immigrants. Oh, it's the black people. No, it's y'all. How about y'all sweep under your own porch?
The number one offender type is biological fathers. But by far, it is being done by middle-aged Caucasian men.
Hold on. Tim Tebow, I knew it was a reason I liked you back on the Florida Gators, man. All right, I'm sorry for pausing. Let's finish this video.
Over half of them college graduates. Many of them are educated, good jobs. This isn't just who we're thinking about. Like, they're technical savvy, and I think that it is time that we call them out. Like, that we can't stand by and stand back. Like, we have to stand up and say, not only are we not doing our job as men, It's actually the opposite. Instead of being defenders and protectors of our families, we're hurting and abusing.
White man, y'all in the hot seat. Let's bring up the statistics, cause it ain't.
That is a statistic that I did see. That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. Just because you white though, don't make you, one of them. You know what I mean? But it is statistically more likely to happen. But hey man, hey, take that as you will. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like every white person needs to, well, my race is the most R-wordiest race. You don't have to do that, bro. You don't have to do that. But, like I said, Antonio Talks, he gonna bring out the facts. He gonna bring out some, he gonna bring out the shit. So if you watching this video, you white, it's just good to know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to dunk on no white person. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody, we all humans at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to dunk on nobody. But statistically speaking, you know what I'm saying? That shit, is most likely. Type shit.
It don't look good for y'all. So I said, what percentage do white men make up for what crimes in America? Now, for reference, y'all, white men make up 29% of America, okay? So keep that number in your mind. So based off the FBI, what everybody loves to refer to, in 2022, adult arrests made for what offenses were 69.1% white. In 2020, about 70%. And in 2024, they accounted for 62% of those. Man, that is crazy. But for my next question, I said, what percentage of white men are charged with child what in America? So it said, according to the United States Sentencing Commission, 71.2% of individuals sentenced to federal child what were white men. These people.
That is sentenced, not accused. Those are sentences. You know what I'm saying? So that means they were found guilty. So those aren't good numbers. You know what I mean?
Love to talk about everybody sweep under y'all own or on y'all own porch. So my next question, what percentage of white men account for school shootings in America? It says white men are significantly overrepresented among perpetrators of school shootings in the United States. Approximately 81% of shooters were white. They only make up 29% of the population, y'all. And listen, I can guarantee you, bro, a black person, it's messed up to say this. In a general sense, we have more respect to a white person than we do a black person. Like, if you go to the hood, if you're walking down the street, a black man will greet a white man. But when it's another black person, he'll kind of stare him down, and it's hostility. It is extremely rare that you would just see a black man kill a white man for no reason, bro. That doesn't happen. So this whole...
Yeah, it is a real thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a black person will see somebody of the same skin tone and get more defensive based off of the person of their same skin tone. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the meaning of it. I don't know where it came from. You know what I'm saying? But it's almost like we kind of built to, go against each other for whatever reason. So this makes a lot of sense. It's kind of sad. It's sad to say, but it does make sense for, the majority, just, type shit.
Thing of fearing black people is just nonsense. What y'all need to be fearing is them drugs. Like, white people since 2018 have been, let's look at the numbers. I'm going to put all my sources down below, but it says total drug, by race and ethnicity. It goes all the way back to 2018, so let's get down to it. In 2018, 49,000 for white people, 9,000 for black. Whew, them numbers is crazy. In 2019, 50,000 for white, 10,000 for black. In 2020, 62,000 for white people and 15 for black. Man. In 2021, 70,000 for white people and 19 for black. And then in 2022, it started declining, 67,000 for white, 20,000 for black. And then for 2023, it went down again, 63, and then 21 for black. I can guarantee you, white person watching this video, we are not y'all biggest threat. The only way we're going to get ahead in America is if y'all stop pointing the finger. It's not immigrants, it's not black people, it's not gay people, it's not transgenders. If anyone is to be held accountable, it's white people. Y'all founded this damn country. You killed all the people that was here and established these rules. You set up everything. And like I stated, just look at the Epstein files, bro. We're literally led by child abuse, you know what I'm saying? And the reason why white people fear black people, they see that the tides are changing, and they think that whenever black people get power, we're going to do the same thing that they did to us. That is why they're scared. That's all it is. And the thing about it, bro, as black people, man, I promise you, if the roles are reversed, we would just leave y'all alone. I promise you, man, we could care less about y'all. Not in a bad way, but you know what I'm saying? Whenever we were left alone, you know, y'all came and destroyed it. Like you just seen Steven Crowder going into a black barbershop. Leave us alone. We just seen with the black HBCU, they like, just leave us alone, bro. And then when we get up and try to defend ourselves, it's, oh, they're violent. See, you see, like, it's so annoying. And if I'm being honest, bro, this is what the higher powers want. They try to convince the low-class, poor white man that, look, you're better than the black man, and he's your problem. When in actuality, it's the higher-ups. It's all about money, bro. That is why I say we got to attack capitalism. At the end of the day, racism took so long to end because it brought in so much money. Capitalism. No matter how much y'all try to disagree or knock it down, slavery built this goddamn country. If you give us 400 years of free labor of white people, y'all work for us for free and you don't gotta pay us, nigga, you come on, bro, stop playing. And look, I'm gonna be honest, bro, as black people, we do have our problems. But it's like I said, they keep trying to push the blame onto us. Every ethnic group has their degenerates. The white people with the white trash trailer park. They have it, but it doesn't represent their whole group. The Indians, they have the scamming epidemic. That doesn't represent their whole group. But with black people, bro, all of our degenerates, oh yeah, that's all black people. The hoodlums, oh, that's all black people. When I can guarantee you, if you go in public, talk to any black person, bro, it's far from that. I had jury duty the other day. My judge was black. My doctor is black. Like, bro, like, we are in some of the, like, come on, bro. The way they just portray us, and that is why I always say this. Whoever controls the media controls the narrative. Every day on the news, you see black on black crime. They rarely show white on white crime, and it happens at the same rates. Just, it's a little % off. But we know why the black on black crime is higher, bro. Come on now. You got all these people bunched up in this one area. They poor. Come on, you know BS gonna happen, bro. It's an experiment. That's why it's called the...
Yeah, it is. Damn, my hair fucked up. It is something where, like, when your back is against the wall, it doesn't matter who you are. You know what I mean? You gonna start doing things that are erratic, or you're gonna start making bad decisions and shit like that. But that's because you feel like your back is against the wall. You know what I'm saying? Most of the people, I would say, you know, 95, 98, 97, 90, damn near 99% of the people that grew up in the projects ended up, you know, in a gang and doing all these things if they grew up in a better community with a better household, you know, both parents, things of that nature. They wouldn't be in the situation that they are, because for the most part, people aren't born bad. You know what I'm saying? People are born good. You're pure whenever you're born. It doesn't matter who you are. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's life that slowly either breaks you down, builds you up, or has you spiral. Like, that's really the biggest thing. And when a lot of people are pushed into one place and it's a crabs in the barrel type of situation, and people feel like their back is against the wall, and they, you know, rant, dude, I'm about to get kicked out. You know, my mom there, my little sister, my brother there, like, I need to figure some shit out. I don't care what it takes. You know what I'm saying? It's people trying to do whatever it takes to, you know, be okay. And it's bad. You know what I'm saying?
Projects. It's a project, my nigga. Like, come on, bruh. They do all this evil stuff, redline, and drop drugs in the neighborhood, you know, and wonder why the black neighborhoods are effed up, bro. Y'all did this. Y'all set this up. And I can guarantee you, bro, if they really wanted to make a change, they could. They could, bro, but they don't want. They want to keep everything the way it is. They want you, the racist, low-class white people, to be angry at the immigrants and the black people, so it don't have them actually fighting at what's really the problem, which is the higher rich upper class, bro. And that could be black people up there as well. That could be any other race, bro. That's why we gotta attack capitalism, man. But if you rock with me, man, and you a white person, bro, just try to hold your people accountable. If you see a black fatigue video on the internet, drop a comment and say, hey, don't generalize all black people. If you on Instagram and you see some racist shit in the comments, be like, hey, bro, that shit not cool. Like, that stuff goes a long way. But when you laugh at it or you even ignore it, it actually adds to the problem. And I get this comment all the time, like, I'm racist, bro. I'm not racist at all, bro. In 2025, bro, any year, you go on the internet, bro, black people are always the main target, man. Like, it's so frustrating. Like I said, that's why I take social media breaks. But online, being a black person is one of the most draining things ever, bro, to be honest. Everyone's generalizing and blaming you for something that degenerates do. But like I said, when you pull up these white statistics, bro, it's damn near the same. Even it's worse, actually. It's way worse. And just even going off a track record of white people, bro, they literally killed millions of people. Like, every place they went to killed the people, did you know what to the women. And it's like, but they try to push this violent thing off to us. But let me get back on track. I do not hate all white people, man. Tim Tebow, real one. Y'all need to do your research on John Brown.
I'm happy he's saying this. You know what I mean? Like I said, his videos are very much black centric. You know what I'm saying? I wish he would, say this at the beginning, because by the time we get to this point, I feel like most white people probably clocked out. You know what I'm saying? So it is, a small fraction of people that would make it through. You know what I'm saying? Even this video, probably a small fraction of white people are making it through. They're just like, oh my God, y'all just talking shit. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, in his defense, I see what he's doing. It's basically like just holding a mirror to what he's seeing. You know what I'm saying? He sees, and he's very passionate about, this topic at the end of the day. So he's holding a mirror to what he's seeing is being pushed out there about black people, and holding a mirror to, everyone else. Like, mostly white people, but you know what I mean? But he's holding a mirror and saying, like, you guys keep pointing the finger at us when, that's not what it is, ultimately. And he's not saying this in a sense of black people are better than white people. It's just that he's saying we just as bad. You know what I'm saying? And even if we look at the statistics, you probably a little worse, statistically. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man.
If I get his name wrong, I'm gonna correct it. But he was a white person during slavery that was going around like he would shoot first, ask questions later, man. He was probably the realest white nigga of all time, bro. I'm talking about standing on business. Shit. Like, he was an ally. And we got a lot of white allies, Don't hit me with that racist shit, bro. I'm just for my people. Nobody else for us. You got all these raccoons around here tap dancing to the white people for a check. Like, come on, bro. It just looks so disingenuous. Like, you shouldn't even respect them. If you go against your own kind like that, bro, it's just not a good look at the end of the day. But yeah, man, I had to give y'all a little ramble right there at the end, bro. It's frustrating, man. I had to kind of get on here and voice my.
I also don't think it should be, your kind over everything. I feel like you should put your kind first. You know what I'm saying? But that's basically, that's the same concept. That's like the white people saying, yo, I'm putting my kind first too. You know what I'm saying? What is he talking about? So I don't necessarily per se believe that. I just think people need to do what's right and what they actually believe in. A lot of people are doing what they don't believe in order to make more money. You know what I'm saying? Appease the higher power. You know what I mean? And that's where the problem comes in. You can't sell yourself for money. You feel me? But yeah. He's spitting though. He's spitting. You know what I'm saying? It's very black centric. If you made it this far and you're not black, more power to you. You know what I'm saying?
If that's what I try to suggest, man. If you a black person, you want to get into content, bro, just come on here and speak about it, bro. The more we do it, the better. Because like I said, bro, like the climate and everything, they just try to make it seem like we're the bad ones. When you actually look into and do the research, bro, it's the complete opposite. It's like, damn, bro, we the low hanging fruit that everybody just pick at and get us. It's just because, bro, black has always been associated with negativity. White good, black negative. Black cat bad, white cat good. White equals lightness, black equals darkness. It's all, even just the name and the colors is always a negative connotation with being black. You know what I'm saying? And even the minorities, like an Asian person and the Indians, like if you notice, they really don't care about being discriminated against by white people. As long as they better than black people, they cool. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them really want to be white. So that's my problem with other minorities. Not all of y'all, but like y'all, if you Asian, you got an Asian friend that want to be white, and if you Indian, you got an Indian friend that want to be white. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that, like I said, it's with us too. But that's just how they did a society that white is good, black is bad. So, man, y'all, I done rambled on, bro. But
I feel like everything he's saying is correct. You know what I mean? There's a lot of statistics that people throw around that they never really actually looked into. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, black people do 50% of the crime. That is not true. Black people get arrested way more than everybody else. And then they're the most exonerated people. So it's kind of like, yes, black people do crime, but yes, so does every other race. So does it, ever, ultimately. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like black people are the only ones doing crime. And statistically, when it comes to, just like bro said earlier, I've looked him up. I'm pretty sure he had like a show on Comedy Central at one point. I think I remember him, like his face. But you are not more likely to get killed by a black person. Like, that's just absolutely crazy for you to even think in your head. You know what I'm saying? So, him spewing that, and, potentially a lot of, younger people, black people, white people, doesn't matter who it is, seeing that and actually absorbing it and believing it is harmful ultimately. And I think that's why bro makes these videos. And it is at the race bait to a certain extent, but it's him trying to get people to look at it and then also try to give them the facts and look into things deeper than a lot of people are doing, so that they can see past just the title. You know what I mean? But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and if nobody told you today, I love you. Peace.